Hey guys, welcome back. BDCKR here. We're back with our weekly recap of all things Injustice. This is for the week of January 4th, 2024. The current character challenge is Flashpoint Batman. That's a 1 week repeat. The required characters for that are Catwoman, Nightwing, and Joker, who you can get at bronze, and silver, respectively, if you're looking at the lowest tier that they're each available. So pretty good for newer players. His passive is Dark Justice, which is Batman's special attacks turn off all aspects of healing. Flashpoint characters on Batman's team have a chance to deal increased critical damage, and it used to be Flashpoint characters on Batman's team gain destructive blows, which was the same thing. It's the critical damage.
Right, that's what they used to call it.
Yeah. He's got 1,500 attack and 1,300 health. He was the last available on the 9th of March, 2023.
Yeah, all right, so top tier, high stats, absolute beast. Most importantly, this is the best basic damage dealer. Bar none. Key reason why everybody on a full Flashpoint team is so good, it doubles the damage from critical hits. He's also the only Flashpoint character that is great on his own. Aquaman and Deathstroke are okay, but they become great with Batman. That passive, no joke, it is the absolute best. Slightly unpopular opinion here for me is that on a team with Flashpoint Batman, Deathstroke is actually the better character, but it requires Flashpoint Batman to make him the better character. Because Deathstroke has the potential to generate so much damage on either his special 1 with the extra hits from Pirate Crew or the extra hits from his basic tab attack combo ender. So the boosted damage by itself of Flashpoint Batman's passive, that would be enough to make him great. But he also has the specials that turn off all aspects of healing, right? So it can work on Raven's Health Swap, Regeneration, Resurrection, works on all that. It also bypasses any dodging or blocking of the specials. So it either triggers or doesn't matter what the opponent's doing. 50-50 corner gas, right? But it only triggers at the end of the special. So you could, for example, trigger Raven's Health Swap in the middle of his special 2, even if the words Dark Justice show up to indicate that this part of his passive is working. But then it's the next hit that would, sort of the next time that she would normally have a Health Swap that it's gone.
Yeah.
The main counter against this team, the main time you'd have difficulty using this team would be against Red Sun Green Lantern team that negates critical hits.
Yeah.
But that team is tough against anybody.
It's just extra tough when your critical damage is so much higher.
Right. It feels more because you have a godly team that suddenly is a normal, regular team. And that drop is more extreme for this team.
Yeah.
So there's a playlist in our description of Flashpoint Batman. I like him a lot for Phantom Zone. Giving him gauntlets of Azrael makes it so easy to satisfy the steal health task, and the basic attack damage tasks for Phantom Zone are really easy too. He covers both of them super fast.
So there we go. Next week we expect to see John Stewart Green Lantern for the character challenge.
Right, that's one of our 2 characters in the list of challenge characters that we hadn't gotten around to doing sort of main teams with them.
Yeah, so there we go.
Yeah.
This week's multiplayer reward is the Soultaker sword, which starts out as the ancient katana.
Oh, sorry, before you get to that though, and now it just occurs to me, I want to point out, because we skipped this week's Q&A, that next week we have plenty of footage of 2 more missing challenge characters. We did Injustice 2 Aquaman the week before, and we've been playing a lot with Regime Aquaman and Aquaman Prime. So stay tuned for our next Q&A if you want to see some of the missing challenge characters highlighted.
Yeah.
Highlighted.
So this week's multiplayer reward is Soultaker sword, which starts out as the ancient katana. When it's maxed out, you get a 30% unblockable chance on basic attacks, a 50% life drain chance on special 2, and the evolved ability, which is 15% damage drain from defeated enemies, stacks twice.
Right. Yeah. So it's a good piece of legendary gear. The damage drain is unique and can be really useful, in some cases almost irreplaceable during the later stages of Survivor, when the opponents have a huge damage stat to drain and a huge health stat to take down. And it's fundamentally really a strategy for scaling up to a stronger opponent, very much like damage over time. Before some of the newer strategies to take advantage of Aquaman's Atlantean hero and stacking damage over time, Soultaker sword was maybe the single most important gear for those later stages of Survivor. Outside of Survivor, it's a good gear, but maybe not that not that game changing, not that legendary.
Yeah.
The unblockable chance is good. The only other gear that offers unblockable chance to all characters are Massive Sharpened Teeth with 20% and Custom Rifle, which is only 11%. Lots of character-specific gears, like Mutated Bone Spikes that only help Doomsday. Knife Collection for Solomon Grundy, Hyperspeed Plated Suit for Flash.
And actually, before we go too much further, next week's reward should be Metahuman Flash. We skipped that.
Oh, right.
So that's okay. But you were talking about gears, so we have, you were talking about the Hyperspeed Plated Suit for the Flash.
Right. True. So those are all for those characters only. So they have other abilities, but the ability for unblockable hits is really for them. Martian Manhunter. Garb for Martian Manhunters.
Yeah.
Martian Manhunters. So the Life Drain Special 2 is only 50% chance. You get much better from Lexor Chestplate, which is 100% chance. So outside of Survivor, that damage drain doesn't make as much difference against opponents that have damage that's close to yours. And the other two abilities aren't attractive enough for us to use in our typical loadout. So the reason why damage drain isn't that useful in regular play is how closely you're matched to your opponents. So 15% for each defeated enemy gives you at most 2 enemies, right? Because if after the third one, that would potentially bump you 45%, fight is over. Mm-hmm. So 30% of an enemy that likely has similar stats, that's nothing compared to, say, 70% basic damage boost of your own damage from the beginning of the fight that you can get with a bunch of different 3.5-star gears. Yeah. Now, so damage boost, I will grant you, damage boost across the board for basic and specials from the Soultaker sword is better than just a basic damage boost, but the amount of boost isn't enough, and it's hard to have one character optimized, both basic damage and specials damage, so that the difference of both boosting both types of damage, not nearly as important or as useful as you'd like. Mm-hmm. If your opponent's damage is a lot more than yours, the chance of you being able to use the one guy with the Soultaker sword to knock him out, pretty small, unless you're really, like in Survivor, you're planning on it.
Yeah.
So that means it's just hard to take advantage of the gear's ability outside of Survivor, which is why it's so much better in Survivor than almost any other circumstance.
Mm-hmm. So there we go. Moving on to the store. You've got the Rebirth Jessica Cruz Challenge Pack for 200,000 power credits. It gives you a 6.16% chance of getting Rebirth Jessica Cruz instead of the 2.86% chance you get in the regular challenge packs. We've run the numbers. That's not a good deal unless you are selling back every character except for like Jessica Cruz and maybe one other. Yeah. Otherwise, you are able to get more stuff just by buying the regular challenge pack.
Now, because there's no Jon Stewart pack, this is still sort of an indirect corroboration that next week is going to be Jon Stewart Green Lantern, because each time he's come, I think it has been a Jessica Cruz challenge pack in the store.
We also have the character bundle Battle of Themyscira. That is for $24.99 Canadian. That's the price that our store is in, so that's the info that we have.
Only currency that matters.
Yeah. And that comes with Ares and Dawn of Justice Wonder Woman. And the gear is the Dawn of Justice gear and Ares gear.
Right.
So it's not the Amazonian Sword and Shield for Wonder Woman.
Right. Yeah. Justice League pack, we talked about it last week because this is the second week. And a bunch of other packs have been there for more than a couple of years. Mm-hmm. What else? Phantom Zone is finished. Fight 62 is still broken. Double XP finally finished because we're through the North American, that range of holiday between Christmas and New Year's. Mm-hmm. Last weekend's breakthrough for golds was, as expected, Bane, Killer Frost, and Ares. This coming weekend is probably going to be Sinestro, Green Arrow, and Scorpion. Link in the description to a thread in the Injustice Mobile subreddit from Devlin16 that goes over the complete breakthrough cycle. Linked. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So as far as current glitches go, we go into more detail every time something significant changes, which did not happen this week. However, even if nothing changes, we still do a more detailed review once a month, the first week of every month.
And that is now.
That's today.
That is right now.
That is today.
Whenever you're listening to this, it's right now.
Right. So current glitches, remember every working glitch is explained in a video as part of the playlist that you can reach by clicking the eye in the top right corner of this video and in the description. We are Android only, so we're only able to confirm these glitches for Android. Mm-hmm. And the way we like to start is with actually not working glitches, because there's been lots of things that used to work or that people want.
People might be looking for these, but you're not going to find them anywhere.
Right.
Yeah. So there is no working glitch for power credits. We've talked in season 6, episode 9 of our Q&A about sort of the 2-device glitch, but we are not willing to endorse it or try it out for ourselves or really do anything with it, just because there's a couple different reasons, but the most important reason to most people is that there is an increased chance of having something bad happen to your account, whether that's being banned or whether that's, you know, characters going missing, something about your data being corrupted. As when you're working with the same information and you're transferring it back and forth between two devices, you're always running the risk of something bad happening at a much higher risk than for other glitches. So we don't ever endorse it. We don't recommend that other people do it either.
What else? So, glitch for getting repeated multiplayer season rewards, not working. Glitch for getting early is not working in a way that's exploitable. Sometimes it happens and it messes it up, and you end up thinking that you don't get your reward at all for the season. No glitch to get through Phantom Zone quickly, but we've got some videos of some speed runs where you can get through it supernaturally fast. And the minor glitch to let you get the free energy without watching the ad videos, also not working. Working glitches now. The glitch to reset the challenge that requires Google Play Cloud Save is working, confirmed on the current Flashpoint Batman challenge. Even though Phantom Zone is not around, just a reminder that it's the same glitch as resetting the Phantom Zone. So just keep that in mind. Just be aware of it, that when you're resetting the progress for one, you're resetting the progress for the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that, you know, should make it clear, but the Phantom Zone reset glitch was working as of last time Phantom Zone was around.
Right.
Breakthrough glitch, let you play it repeatedly, is still working.
Yeah.
For the challenge glitch, if you're downloading and a lot of stuff every time instead of just clearing your app data, if it requires you to re-download a lot of data, we've got a comment in the description from Kakde on how you can move files around instead of having to re-download quite so much stuff.
Right.
Yeah. The airplane mode / refund glitch is working. That's for packs with random drops and last laugh tickets. It does not work in stuff like the Phantom Zone, because Phantom Zone requires an online connection for you to actually redeem your rewards.
Right. Time shifting still works in Android for unlimited Survivor plane energy recharges. Very important. Remember to return your clock back to normal before you finish, because if you don't, that's probably the main reason why stuff won't show up when it's supposed to. When I say stuff, I mean challenges and Phantom Zone event.
Mm-hmm. And in between the not working and the working glitches, there's the promotion glitch. So that's a glitch where you can promote characters that are still locked. You can like essentially fake buy them from the store and trick the game into letting you do that. But it hasn't had the right conditions since update 2.14. It's not testable. It's not usable, but it has never been proven to be patched. We've never had the right conditions for it at the same time as the glitch failed.
Right.
So technically, on a technicality, it's still in this list. We don't know. It's kind of in limbo.
Right.
But we keep it here because we think it's funny. And now we only say it once a month, so it's not, that much of a waste of anybody's time.
Right. And that's it. So this is where we like to give a big thank you to the people who have been supporting us directly on Patreon.
That is Michael Devries, Irvin Ruiz, Hoshi 127, and Nora Klimek on the credited level, as well as the names scrolling past now who supported us at some point during the pandemic. Thank you so much for your support. Thanks so much to all of you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Komoda.